Hello everyone, and how's it going? Gonna be playing some Dragon's Dogma. Start a new game here. Played a little bit, but I haven't really gotten too far into it yet, so just gonna start from the beginning. Select my desired difficulty. Go with normal. In another place, in another life, another child of man blazes your path. Using a lantern will hold darkness at bay. Here we go. Gozaimasu. When is BP released? I wish I knew. Right now I'm currently thinking that they may have some information about things going forward in the next live stream at the end of the month. So we just kind of need to wait until then. We don't really know much more than that. Don't know if I'm going to need to turn down the volume or not here. Oh, he wants me to attack the goblin. Okay. Nice. Just turn everything down a little bit. Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, so hopefully good news coming soon. So sometime before the stream, they're going to announce when it's going to be, right? So I don't know exactly when yet. Current predictions are the 23rd or 30th. So hopefully one of those dates. If it's earlier, I'd be happy. If it's 23rd, but I guess some people are also thinking maybe it's just going to be the last day of the month since they said the end of the month. It's going to be like 31st or whatever. That could happen. But they seem to stream on Tuesdays a lot. So the 23rd or the 30th seems probable. Is everything dead? It's a lot of fire. So this game itself released, I think it's like 10 years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago now. But it's slowly gained a following, it seems, because of how well the combat was done in it. And they even announced Dragon Dogma 2, which is I'm looking forward to as well. Looking good, so I think I need to go down below. Like an explosive thing if I wanted to. Oh, I almost blew myself up. Okay, so can I throw this? Wait, where's the throw? There it is. I got my sword fire imbued, it looks like. Nice. Oh, somebody threw fire at me. It's an ally? Maybe there's no friendly fire. Maybe they threw another explosive crate at me. They pulled it in. It's like they're weak to fire. I think it still holds up pretty well. Like I said, I've only played like some of the beginning of it, but the combat feels really good. You kind of have your own party, right? In action combat, and you can create one ally and then 2 other allies you kind of recruit from other players online. But currently this is just a tutorial, so it's not my own character yet. That's everything. So there's a boss here. I know. I think he's a goner. Oh, it might still be fine. Oh, no. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, that snake bit me. That snake. Ow. I'm gonna die. I need to use an item. Where's the items? Guess I could use one of these. Just slice off the tail. There we go. Oh yeah, when they revealed the second hand, I was pretty happy with that because it feels like Dragon's Dogma probably didn't get that much attention when it first released. But over time, it seems by like word of mouth on Steam and whatnot, it gained a following, which probably led them to decide to try to do Dragon's Dogma 2 as well. I think Dragon's Dogma 2 will probably have a bigger following, and since or a larger number of players trying it out. Since the first Dragon's Dogma is now pretty well known. Ow, it just kicked me in the face. It's the goat. It's like baying at me. Bad goat, stop it. Come over here. Die, goat. I almost got it. I think I need to use more items. There we go. I ran out of stamina. And I'm still poisoned. How long does that poison last? Oh, nice. So we got the goat. It's using your special attacks, used up a lot of stamina. I got fire now. Nice. The companions, you can, if they go down, you can go over them to bring them back up. But I think they come back up with less health. And your maximum health slowly decreases as you take more damage. So even if I get healed, I can only heal up to like 2/3 health right now. And if everyone goes down, then it's over. But this is a tutorial, so it's not too difficult yet. Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2 takes a lot of stuff from the MMO we never got. I remember I actually played a little bit of Dragon's Dogma Online, but I hadn't played the Dragon's Dogma this game at that point yet. It had some like friends that were trying it out, so I tested it out. But I didn't get too far into it. But that seems to have kind of disappeared pretty quickly, probably because just Dragon's Dogma wasn't too well known yet, and it was only Japan. Can I explain? I'm just waiting like everyone else. So yeah, just waiting for end of the month. So just kind of chatting. For, I guess, yeah, like Blue Protocol content, there's only so much you can do when the game's not out yet. No, I would wait until the stream at the end of the month, the developer stream, for maybe information about release dates and whatnot. They haven't, yeah, like set a release date. They originally were saying, was it like early spring in Japan, but I think that didn't happen because of the network test delay. So I'm thinking the next live stream will hopefully have the release date announcement. They were talking about having a roadmap of things going forward in the next big numbered live stream before. So I can expect that they're gonna talk about perhaps the release date and then future content updates or something like that, or how they plan to release updates and things like that going forward. So yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for the next live stream. So now I get to make a character. Monkey, or I think it's just like a name, a separate name. Just go with like Ari or something. I don't know if there's like a good one. Just like random names. Genshin, what was it like? The closed beta test for Blue Protocol happened before Genshin release. So you had like a lot of hype for, you know, like the next big like anime style game coming out. And then it seems like Genshin Impact was able to capitalize on that quite a bit. It makes me wonder what would have like happened if Blue Protocol was able to release at that time. But it seems like they needed more development time anyways, so I guess it can't be helped, but it makes one wonder what happens if like Blue Protocol had released before Genshin Impact. Would Genshin Impact then be called a Blue Protocol clone or something? Even though they're not really like that similar. But a lot of times with new anime games that get released now, it's like everything's a Genshin Impact clone. At least that's what people, you know, kind of say online. Somebody choose a random name here. We'll go with Azura. Just, I can change the height. Detailed edits. Stature. Yeah, it's always funny to hear talk about people saying Blue Protocol's Genshin Impact clone. Yeah, it can be kind of funny sometimes. I don't think they're too similar other than they're like anime games, but you know, Genshin Impact's just, you know, a gacha oriented game. Character gacha. All Blue Protocol is going to be, you know, kind of like a online action RPG. It's always difficult to decide if it's okay to call it a MMORPG because a lot of people have their own definitions of that, and even like Bandai Namco themselves aren't really calling it that. But in most aspects, you know, it's a, you know, online RPG of a lot of players, so you could almost call it, you know, MMORPG. Oh, is the Grand Blue Fantasy coming out this year too? I remember like they talked about like a number of years back, I think, and then I hadn't heard anything too much about it for a while. I'll change the hair. I think the Tower of Fantasy, which is kind of a Genshin Impact kind of clone. But even was it like Genshin Impact itself, when it was, you know, first being like released, you could say it's like a Breath of the Wild clone or everything. But everything, all games kind of take inspiration from games previous, so that's how games improve. You know, just learn from past games and try to make the better versions of it. And sometimes you have games that really stand out, like something like Breath of the Wild kind of reinvigorated the open world genre. Elden Ring was also kind of an extension of Breath of the Wild, if I kind of feel like that, but they removed, you know, a lot of the needless elements from open world games as well in Elden Ring. You know, you don't need a bunch of UI elements or quests on your screen and UI filling up everything. You can figure it out yourself. Breath of the Wild was a Skyrim clone. Everything's just a clone of everything. What does it all come back to, like Pong or something? Everything's just a Pong clone. There's some funny noses here. Let me just stick with what I have. Oh, that's fine, maybe 14. Sure, we'll do something like that. So maybe something like FF14's Astrologian class. You can also buff your party and deal damage, or buff your party through doing damage, and a healing kit tried to that. Yeah, with even Blue Protocol, yeah, it's not traditional healing classes. It's more just support classes. Or you can do some healing, but it's also just you know, debuffs and just damage as well. You're another damage class. You could even go like all damage if you really wanted to. That's fine. Makeup. Wrinkles. Scars. Okay, that's looking fine. I think the character might be okay now. Let's check the voice. Sure. Oh, eye color. Maybe I'll change that. If BP is successful, it'll get cloned too. Yeah, I think one thing about MMOs, though, is they take a lot of time and resources to make. So it takes a lot longer for, you know, clones or like similar games for MMOs to come out. I guess even was like Final Fantasy XIV ended up kind of taking notes from World of Warcraft, but for a long time it seems like the MMO genre was just kind of died out for like a decade. And now we're finally seeing a bunch of new MMO like games get announced and get revealed and whatnot. Light color. Sure. Seems fine. Oh, does your weight actually matter in this game? That's kind of interesting mechanic. I'm planning to go like was it the rogue class Destrider or whatever. So I should be okay. So probably if you wanted to be a tank in this game, you'd want to be a bigger character. It's kind of interesting that they actually use the weight to influence things. Yeah, MMORPGs just take so much resources to make, and so many of them fail that a lot of developers don't want to risk doing it. But I'm pretty sure, was it like in an interview or something with Blue Protocol at that time when they like started developing, you know, social, what do you call them, the games on like the phone and whatnot, gacha games and things like that are taking off, but they wanted to instead focus on kind of like a market that had been ignored for a little while and focus more on MMOs. So even though we're taking a risk, you're kind of like going back into a market that had been forgotten for a little while. If you never played an MMO before, chances are you made an account in one, you're going to be ruined somehow. You actually have to plan before you play. I think with a lot of older MMOs, it could be punishing if you had to unlock like talent trees and things and you made a mistake and you're kind of screwed over, or it costs a bunch of money to like make changes and things like that. I didn't really like games that punished you for trying out different things, but I don't think Blue Protocol is really going to have too much of that. You're pretty free to switch up skills and whatnot. Oh, this is my first time playing this. I played a little bit at the beginning, but for the most part, I'm still a newbie in this game. So I just know, like, I was like around the first settlement or so. I had like made it to before, but yeah, I haven't really played too much, so still new to it. If you find it odd that people were complaining about sit healing. Yeah, it seems like some people were complaining about it. I guess I can kind of understand that people just don't want to like be forced to sit down to like play. Yeah, but like I kind of talked about in like one of my videos, I feel like it adds to kind of like a role-playing element of the game. Where you feel like you're a character and you're actually taking your character's taking a break. I think I killed it. Oh no, I think you got me. Well, game over. Time to make a new character. Did they have sit healing in Final Fantasy XI? Yeah, I think it builds community. I think that's also one of the reasons why they also had those like campsites. It just kind of areas that people will naturally gather to when adventuring. Are you like ready to just like kind of like sit down for a moment, take a break, maybe get something to eat? But you maybe like sit down at a campsite and you come back and there's a bunch of other players there and you start talking to them or something. Oh, you gotta head out, Tibby. Well, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Now, sitting down does give some old school vibes, but I think it's kind of interesting adding those old school game mechanics to a little modern game. Yeah, a way to speed up the passive healing. We'll have to kind of like wait and see how much passive healing you get naturally and how big a boost it is for sitting down. I think it's, what was it? They tried to focus more emphasis on each role, right? With removing healing from Spellweaver and giving, I guess, more healing to the Keen Strider and things like that. But maybe they realized that just like standard play, like in out in the world, like doing quests and adventure boards and whatnot, it can be annoying not having any healing, and especially when the healing items were like super expensive. But like they said in their stream, they were kind of balancing a lot of things around being in a party. I think after the network test, they realized that there's a lot of solo players that just kind of do their own thing. So they realized maybe balance the game a little bit more around solo play, but also keep the party elements or party benefits in for people that want to do parties. Yeah, for class builds, currently it's looking like you have the 4 skills you choose. And then in late game, once you get to level 50, there's 2 different variations for each skill, I believe. Like an alpha and beta version. I think that's what they listed them as. So you have like the standard version and then like 2 upgraded versions, I think. So I'm not sure if you can take 4 of those or just one of those, but you have those options. And they somewhat change the skills. Like sometimes, I think some of them increase the radius or duration and things like that. They're just like kind of upgrades to the skills. And then you have what was it? Like the 2 battle imagine in your ultimate skill, and then you have your other just equipment, right? Your other enhance imagine and whatnot, and then your weapon. So the build itself is looking maybe not too super in depth at this point, but we haven't really seen the in-game and how things will change. But you'll have, yeah, like the 4 skills. And the battle imagine. I'm not sure how the battle imagine will be like in late game. I think it'd be kind of interesting if they had a little bit shorter cooldown on battle imagine, so you could add a little bit more variety to your builds. There was a game where people could sit and get damage while healing. I think you could get I mean, like you'd be healing while sitting down and keep taking damage or something from like enemies or around you. Yeah, when I played, I kind of turned off all the effects from, I think, everyone outside my party. Because it just, even like your own effects can be pretty screen filling. Having all the effects of people like trying to fight like one of the field bosses was just overkill. Especially if you do like the raid. That's just too crazy. Yeah, this is like my first playthrough. I did like a little bit of the starter area before I'd played this, so I'd kind of seen some of these starter scenes, but I haven't gotten really too far into it before. It's basically a first playthrough. But Dragon's Dogma here, you know, gets praised quite a bit for its combat. I kind of wanted to try it out some. Who knows, maybe Blue Protocol could learn from some things. It does seem like Capcom has a pretty good understanding of action games, though. Though, with like the biggest action game for Capcom, I guess, or kind of similar fantasy setting would be Monster Hunter. But I never could really get into those Monster Hunter games. The combat felt a little too stiff for me. But from what I've seen with Dragon's Dogma, the combat's a lot more fluid. I like it a lot better. Yeah, I think it's true that Blue Protocol did take some notes from Monster Hunter. Kind of the crafting system, right? Where you go into dungeons multiple times and kind of gather materials to craft. Because that's how the gameplay loop works for Monster Hunter, right? Where you keep kind of farming monsters to get their materials to upgrade your gear. So I think the gameplay loop is similar. Oh, the weapons? Yeah, maybe the appearance of some of them. I guess the Dragonclaw Valley weapons could be kind of similar. Do I need water? I'm not sure if I need water in this game. I need to get some flowers. Monster Hunter World was my favorite. It had good balance between older Monster Hunter games and newer, faster feel. I didn't try Monster Hunter World, so maybe that's a little bit faster combat compared to the older games. I tried out a few Monster Hunter games, like on and off. I think the first one I played was the PSP version, which I played a little bit of, and then what was it? I think 3DS. Maybe I think I played one. But I just ended up kind of getting bored or something partway through the games. It feels like once you get hooked on Monster Hunter, you probably get hooked for a while. I just never really got the appeal of it while I was playing, but I could understand why other people enjoy it so much, but it's probably funner or more fun if you play with friends, right? You don't talk to the lady standing in the hallway. Well, maybe I should have talked to her. I might have missed her. Let me just grab a bunch of quests. Looks like I need to kill goblins, kill mice. You should be so lucky. Slay some rabbits. Okay. What do you got going on? Careful monsters at night. Okay. What are these? I think these are for like later in the game. Not really sure. Stone that may spirit the user back to entrance of Bitter Black Isle. Yeah, I don't know if that's something for me right now. I don't know what Bitter Black Isle is. Draws out the rarest and most vicious foes of Bitter Black Isle. Or do I want one of these? Does that bring me back here? Am I on Bitter Black Isle right now? I don't know the name of the place I'm at. Oh yeah, for Monster Hunter, you 100% need friends to play with. I could see it could be a lot more fun with friends. Oh, this is just kind of chatting, wasting the time while waiting for Blue Protocol to release someday. maybe within the next decade. Though, in all honesty, I think at the end of the month, the live stream will have some information about release and the roadmap. Oh, Bitter Black Isles in-game. Okay, I should put that back. The only MMORPG that's gotten close to scratching the itch was Final Fantasy XI 75 era, but you need better quality of life than Direction current retail. Yeah, it feels like it's a lot of games now you need to kind of keep the players' attention. And also, since there's so many free games out now, having a free barrier of entry seems important as well. Is this broken if I use this armor right away? Should I take these or not? Don't have any legs. Grab the dagger. I don't know if these will break my character. How strong are these compared? Are they like mid-game, early game items? Played FF11 recently. It was amazing until I started questing. That old school type of questing was too much. Questing in Morrowind. Find this tree, head west along the shoreline. Morrowind. I remember Morrowind. I think the most fun I had in Morrowind was creating my own spells, because you could create custom spells. You could create like an explosion spell with massive range. Or create spells that summoned a bunch of things. Having like custom spells you could make was pretty cool. Whenever I play those Elder Scroll games, I never end up doing like anything except like being a rogue archer, just wandering around places. So hyped for Blue Protocol, now Chrono Odyssey. I'll have to see. Yeah, Chrono Odyssey, the trailer looked really good. But you have to remember, I guess it's still only the trailer. We don't really know how long it's going to be to release. If the trailer is going to be true to the final version of the game or not. And also pay to win. That's the one thing that I always am worried about with Korean online games, is that the pay to win kind of, it's pretty extreme in those games. Okay, so how broken is this equipment? I guess I'll equip it. I think it's pretty strong. I don't know if it's something I should be grabbing right now. Biting Wind and Cutting Wind. Do I have those? Let's put back the item I'm not going to use. So let's deposit the item that I'm not supposed to have. The Bitter Black Isle. Okay, I'll put that back. Perfect MMORPG would be a hybrid of old school sandboxes mixed with modern day theme parks. What is it? Like another MMO that's sometimes talked about that's in development is Ashes of Creation. have to kind of see how that works out. It seems like that is kind of taking in some old school MMO mechanics into it. Ashes of Creation itself, it looks kind of interesting. I guess the aesthetic, though, it seems pretty bland in its, yeah, just the style of the game. I think that's one area where Blue Protocol really exceeds, you know, having the anime style graphics. Leather belts. This is just armor. Oh, this is armor, so I need clothing. Let me get a linen shirt. I found a bunch of money, evidently. I don't know where I found that money. I took somebody's hidden stash. The hemp shirt. Is that best? Looks like the strongest. I'll get that to start. Let's get one of those. What else do I need? These are just armor. Let's see, for armor, there's scholar boots. Leather boots. Scholar boots? Are those any good? Have you seen Black Desert before? I know of it, but I haven't really looked too much into it. I heard the combat in that, it's pretty good. But yeah, like I said before, I'm kind of scared of Korean online games because of the pay-to-win mechanics in them. Is Black Desert pretty good? I know, like, some people say it's pretty fun. The hunting and sailing, oh, those do seem like pretty interesting mechanics, being able to like sail and whatnot. Let me just grab these scholar boots for now. Put these on. I need some pants. I can put that on too. Hemp hosen. Sure. BDO was okay. I really enjoyed building a merchant empire aspect of it. How does that work? Do they have like a lot of emphasis on like trading or like mercantile stuff in there? I'm just thinking of focusing on Blue Protocol. I don't think there's too many other MMOs or something I'm too interested in currently. maybe Chrono Odyssey if it released like it looked like, but we don't know when it's going to be released or like what's going to happen with that. So, but even then I would probably still be playing Blue Protocol. Different types of arrows. Should I grab some of these? Sleeper arrows, grab like 10 of these. And some poison arrows. The other things I want. So let's grab a few more of these. Alright, I think I'm good. I don't know exactly what I need. Oh, I should get weapons. Get some new daggers. One of those, and can I get a bow? There we go. Alright, I think I'm good to go. You can hire NPCs to do trades across the world. In different zones, areas of the world have different climates, resources, among other things, making a lot of money if you set it up right. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can do like trade route stuff. Like certain resources are scarce in one region, but plentiful in another, so you do get those and bring them over to trade or something like that. What's this person have to say? Oh, I just took his money. He had a lot of money. Sorry. I don't know if I'm stealing from these people or not. The roots of bigger trees. Okay. Should we go look for the flowers? Yeah, Chrono Odyssey. That's like, it almost feels too good to be true how Chrono Odyssey looked. And with the still lack of information, I'm still being, I guess, cautiously optimistic while waiting for new information. Don't want to get too hyped up with not knowing too much yet. I guess the reason why Chrono Odyssey looked kind of interesting for me is because I like, like Elden Ring and Dark Souls games, and it kind of had that kind of feel to the world. You can aggro players in BP. You can aggro players? What do you mean you can aggro players? Or you can pull monsters to players. Though they said there was like a bug, right? With monsters having too much aggro with new targets that join fights. So if like somebody ran by you on a mount, the monster you're fighting would go chasing after them. It's like, oh, a new target, new shiny toy. Let's go chase after that person. No Blue Protocol today. I'm just waiting for things. I'll probably get more information at the end of the month with their next developer stream. I'm hoping that that's when we get the release date information. This is like single player, but you can recruit characters created by other players online. You can create one companion for your player. I haven't been able to make one yet, but you can make one companion. And then you can recruit other companions that other players made online. This game has an autosave function. Okay. So let's get to it. I need to kill some rabbits too. I think I need to kill 5. Goblins. Goblin Slayer time. Can dash by clicking. Okay. Just go in. I think they don't like fire. Can I grab you? Maybe I'm not good at grabbing pillars. Nice. Doing Guild War. It doesn't look like Blue Protocol is going to be focused too much on player versus player combat, it looks like. I think they're just focusing on the player versus enemy elements. I hope they maybe bring some more of the social features and things. I think that could be fun. Something I can grab? Oh, I can grab this. And I can throw it at people? Should I talk to this guy? Sorry. Oh, he gave me something. Nice. Yeah, PvP balance would be a nightmare. That's what happens in a lot of games. Where balance for PvP and PvE just becomes a nightmare, and they end up splitting all the skills for PvE versus PvP. It requires a lot of work to try to make balances work. I think it's fine if they just focus on one thing. Imagine PvPing an Ice Keen strat. Yeah, the range classes could be annoying. I don't know how they would balance it. I don't think they really have balance in mind. It makes it kind of difficult because then you need to balance both PvP and PvE, separately. And then sometimes PvP balances can end up affecting PvE, and then the PvE players get angry. It's like, why is the PvP changes affecting our PvE experience? What's up here? A chest? Have I killed enough rabbits yet? I think I need flowers too. Where are the flowers? There was a mage tanking. What does mage tanking work? Do you just put like a lot of defensive spells on? Oh, there we go. We got some flowers. How many of these do I need? There we go. Killed the rabbits. Let's go fight some stronger enemies. My character's out of stamina. Save me, Rook. Doing damage to warriors, paying money. Hell, when was it? Like the 2000s or something, like the... Around that time, there was just like a bunch of like random MMOs that were coming out at one point. It's Probably like a golden age of MMOs, perhaps, where it's just MMOs just kept popping out one after another, and then they kind of all died out. But it seems like a lot of, you know, MMOs are coming out again, or getting ready to come out, it looks like. I'll have to see how many kind of like stick around. Where are these items? A war bugle? I don't know how crafting really works in this game, or like combining stuff. Should probably get rid of some items, but... Can I do something here? Search the area. Okay. What do I need to search the area for? Yeah, I guess the one thing though is, yeah, pay to win mechanics. It seems like Korea is one of the big areas where a lot of MMOs are being developed and coming out, but Korea has a lot of the pay to win mechanics as well, so... So I'm always hesitant with their games. Blue Protocol seems pretty tame on the monetized front compared to everything. Like, I don't really think you're gonna get too big of an advantage. No advantage that will really matter too much from what I've seen so far. A beast is coming. Alright. We'll go out here. Can take some more quests. Slay 8 spires. Defeat 3 cyclops. Can I go out here? Oh, do I go over here? People are complaining BP isn't a WoW clone. I guess in that regard is like it doesn't have a holy trinity or something like that. Is that what people are complaining about? Because when I think of WoW, I think kind of like classic holy trinity kind of gameplay. Or even, I guess, Final Fantasy 14 as well. Maybe like some players are also hoping for something like that. I don't know. It seems pretty obvious that Blue Protocol is not like that, though. It's a goblin. Oh, ran out of stamina. Save me, Rook. Goblin burning. I killed all the goblins. Just need to kill this dude now. Can I shoot him in the eye? Want to climb him. Can I climb up his back? He's on fire. I might burn myself if I try to climb him. Going up. Oh no, I'm running out of stamina. Uh-oh, he's gonna crush me. No, move. Was he out of stamina too? Let me on. Want to get up onto his head. Nice. Where did I go? Yeah, but how good Lost Ark being as big as it has been in the West, I think might see a scale back on pay to win, as there has been one of the keys there to winning. How was Lost Ark like perceived? I didn't really follow it too much. Was it pretty popular? Or was it negatively received when it released by Amazon? Yeah, Holy Trinity is needed in some shape or form. I think it's true that you need some kind of, I guess, coordination, or so to speak. Some way to work with your party other than just everyone deals damage. And I guess that's why they're trying to put a little bit more focus on each of the roles. But if everything's just deals damage and does it like just in a different way, it turns out everything just being the same. That's why the Holy Trinity kind of forces players to work as a team. And I don't know if the Holy Trinity is needed necessarily. I think there's can be other ways it can be done, but a way to incentivize players to work with other players is a good idea. Yeah, I guess synergy among classes. I think it's important. That's the best way to say it, right? Yeah, definitely. That would be what I was looking to say. Because it feels like the synergy is a little bit weak still with Blue Protocol, at least at the beginning of the game. Maybe it gets stronger later on, but they have been putting a little bit more emphasis on the Blade Warden being able to hold aggro better, and the Keen Strider having more healing. But I don't think it's just in healing or taking damage, but also in how skills work. For example, if like a certain class has a skill that does something and another class can, I don't know, like build upon that. For example, one class like knocks down an enemy, another class has a skill that it deals more damage to knock down enemies or something like that, where you can have like these different like levels that build on top of each other. Would be nice. Or I guess even like support kind of skills are similar to that as well, being able to improve what another player can do by adding support to them or something like that. But interested in seeing how the Blue Protocol late game is going to look, because we haven't really been able to test that out yet. Anything I don't need? Inflicts drenching. I don't know if I need these pies. Inflicts blindness? Really? I can throw pies at people. Maybe I should just store the items I don't need. I don't know what I'm supposed to sell. So Lost Ark was huge, had 1.3 million players at launch. I wonder how that looks now though. Is there still a lot of players? It feels like just a lot of players are looking for, you know, an MMO to play. They want an MMO to play, but there's not too many like options currently. And I think that's one of the reasons why perhaps Final Fantasy XIV kind of got a new burst of players. I think there was like trouble with WoW as well, but just kind of players are kind of looking for an MMO to play, and like, well, I haven't tried F14 yet, so maybe try out that. And a lot of players ended up liking it. I think it also helped that FF14 got improved quite a bit since their original release through Realm Reborn and all the improvements after that. How many classes do you think we'll see added? So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a... What was it, like a spear class added? And I don't know if they'll announce that. Maybe they'll announce it like in the next stream. But they had like a leak, or I don't know if it's a leak, so to speak, but and they accidentally posted an image on their Japanese website of a 6th class in the class selection screen, and it had like a spear icon. So I think it's pretty likely we'll probably see a spear class at some point. I don't know if they have other things maybe planned in the future though. Probably spear first, and then maybe something like a gun or something later on in like a future update. Oh, I guess, yeah, so Lost Ark is still pretty popular, yeah. Immediately misread that as Los Angeles, yeah. One of the characters there was at Carvine. He's kind of like the center character in a lot of the posters or like image artwork, key images and whatnot. Yeah, he uses a spear. You see him fighting like the Dragon King person in the like anime opening scene. So what do I want to get rid of? Because I don't need these. Don't need that. Don't need these. Need that. Don't know what to do with these. I don't know what it's good to craft in here. Hunk of ore. I'll put it in there for now. Sure. Pumpkins are heavy, so let's put that away. A giant boomerang class. That could be pretty fun. That would be interesting too. I don't think there's... But what was it? Is there like some MMO that had like a giant boomerang or something like revealed as a class? I forget. But yeah, seeing a giant boomerang would be fun though. It seems like the weapons NPCs used are basically confirmed classes. And I don't know if they're confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure the spear is likely. And I could see the I guess, yeah, some of them, maybe not all, I don't know. I could see the guns being likely as well, since they also had it kind of like on display in their shop. It kind of feels like they're planning to have a gun class at some point. And what was it, like in some of the, like the data mines from the Blue Protocol, there was a big list of like classes. And I think there was probably like 15 or like 16, or I don't know. I don't remember the exact number, but there was a pretty long list. And we've only seen, what, 5 currently? And then there's most likely a spear coming, so you can assume 6. What skill do I want? I can learn some new skills. Biting Wind. Dashes past the target with blades extended, delivering slashes that can be followed with further attacks on contact. Triad Shot. Cloudburst Volley sends a wall of arrows skyward to rain down on a broad area. Fires 3 arrows in a wedge pattern. Triad Shot. And then there's some basic things here. A broad range flurry of dagger blows, punctuated with a fierce kick. Press X, pause for a moment, and then tap X repeatedly. These are kind of cool. It adds to the basic attack. How you can do like basic attacks and whatnot. What's the plot? Yeah, right now I don't really know too much, but I think it's something that spans across time. Probably like you're like a chosen one or something. The dragon stole your heart and you're trying to get it back or something. I don't know if we are supposed to know what's happening fully yet or not. But currently I had my heart taken away, but I drove the dragon out of the town, I guess. And then like this something like a arisen or something, or awoken one. I think awoken. And I have the ability to command these pawns. They look like humans, but they're basically like automatrons or something. They look like people, but they're not people. They're brainless. Let me grab this skill, and we'll grab Cloudburst Volley and equip these. Biting. Got some new skills. Support, healer, DPS. Oh, BDO shy class that had a boomerang. Oh, that does sound pretty cool. And I think also like Korean games have a good grasp of action, like fun action for their MMOs. The boomerang class does sound like a fun class to play. That would be something I'd be interested in playing. Oh, did BDO take a while to get released outside of Korea? I could imagine, yeah, maybe it would have been bigger if it had released sooner. 8 years, was it 8 years to release? That's a long time. How does this work? So I can shoot arrows? It's pretty cool. So there's a little bit of arrows, and I can do that multiple times then. Now what do I do? Now I make my companion. BDO is a broken game. All the classes are broken. So I think like some games, like with action games and whatnot, sometimes it can just be fun to be kind of like a overpowered kind of character. So it's usually like it was like the Muso games, or what are they called, like the warrior games. I think it was like a warrior. Like then they have like the Zelda ones, or like Dynasty Warrior, like those kind of games where you just can like wreck everything. So I need to make a companion. I'm gonna make a healer. I need a healer to help me. Or a mage. So we'll just go with like Robin, maybe? I don't know. Do Ruby. Build. Make one similar to me, maybe? Deep voice. Sure, why not? I don't know if mages are better in this game if they're smaller. Maybe. Maybe I can dodge better. Pay to convenience. I think, yeah, pay to convenience. It depends like how extreme that is. That's why it's like Blue Protocol currently. I feel like they did a really good job with their inventory like system, where you don't really need to pay. Like a lot of games make you pay to have extra inventory or something like that, and it's just like a core functionality that everyone needs. And it's annoying to have to pay for more inventory or storage and things like that. So Blue Protocol basically giving you infinite storage and sending all items you gather and whatnot back to your storage is a really nice quality of life feature that I think bodes well for the game, because you get a feeling like they're not trying to gouge you for every little like diamond center, you know, that you have. Change the hair color. No, PSO2. Like New Genesis. One thing I found kind of annoying with New Genesis is that you had to pay to, wasn't you had to pay to like sell things on the auction shop or whatever? Like the player shop. You had to pay for like a player shop pass. So even if you like got a good item or something, you couldn't sell it unless you paid money to be able to use that. PS2 had good meme content. I don't know how, I wonder how New Genesis is doing currently. They do have a big update planned, right? Scars. Have a lot of scars, don't they? Let me change the hair. Do like a... NGS is in a bit of a rough spot. I think one of the things is like NGS released with like barely any content. I played it when it released, and it looked like it was like kind of interesting, but it barely had any content. And they had, I think, just like a limited number of like, yeah, basically you couldn't really do much. I think they had a problem where like there was like a bug with like it was like red boxes or something where like people could basically destroy the economy. Yeah, I'm hoping Blue Protocol won't hit a content drought. I hope they have like updates planned. So you're gonna have like the base game released with like so much of the story, and I hope they have maybe like big updates planned. You know, every, I don't know, what would be a good amount of time, 3 to 6 months or something. To have like a new story or something release. Unless they do it kind of similar to how does like Final Fantasy 14 do it? Did they have like a big expansion every year or something? What's like the time frame with their expansions? Does it take a few years to get like a big one out? I guess it depends if they do like smaller drops of content or like bigger, like whole big expansion areas, like a whole new region and then like other things like that. Oh, okay. So it's mini updates every month or two and then a huge patch every year. That seems like a good way to do it, because if you don't have smaller updates in between, players are going to get bored and leave. So you need to have something to keep the players in, but the big updates will bring a lot of players back as well. One thing I noticed when I was playing the network test and whatnot, there was some NPCs in Blue Protocol that were talking about another continent in the game. So I feel like, and there's also the boat, you know, in Astraleads. So I feel like they're planning to maybe have the story move to another region, like a whole different like map or something, another continent or something at some point. And that might be the next big content update, like the next like big patch or whatever you want to call it, major patch for Blue Protocol. That'd be my guess based on the little information we have. Hairstyle. What's the hairstyle I want? It's my companion. So do something like this. Kind of base his character on Frieren from the manga. No, Frieren. That's looking good. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I don't know how much time I really want to spend on. Do I choose a class for them? Okay, you'll be asked a few questions. Your answers will shape your pawn's inclination. When faced with danger, the trait you would most value. Charisma to lead others. I don't know, quick thinking. Ran out of content a couple times in PSO2. Even when there was, but never got bored because there was just so much I could do. The yearly ones are paid expansions. I think like paid expansions can be fine, but I don't think Blue Protocol is going to go the paid expansion route, right? They're mostly going to keep everything free. But I could see them maybe incentivizing players, you know, like spend for cosmetics or things to go along with maybe big updates and things like that. Need a large update every once in a while as an entry point for new players. Yeah, I think it was like if you have like a large update, it builds hype for the game. Like a lot of players may be coming back, and maybe other players are be invited in. It's like, come on, they're having a big update release. Let's try out this game. So maybe that's one way that games can bring in old and new players to come back to play a game. While in battle, which strategy would you prefer to employ? Kill all enemies, rescue comrades in danger, strike at strongest foe, call for reinforcements, meet rescue comrades in danger. Your follower rescues your party and turns the tide of entire battle. What would you say to them? What would you have them say? Now, Master, strike to find them, but quickly after them. Quickly after them. Now, Master, strike to final blow. This way, Master. Leave them to me. Go now, Master, strike to final blow. Confusing myself, but I hope BP gets a patch cycle set up for us to see, aka a roadmap to keep us looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see in the next live stream, because they talked about a roadmap, about like announcing a roadmap or something. So we don't really know exactly what kind of roadmap that is, but my own personal interpretation of it is perhaps the game releases, but what will be in the game after, or like what kind of updates will come to the game after release as well. That's what I envision as a roadmap. So you have the game released, and then what happens after release? When are we going to be getting content? And that would be their roadmap for future updates. So maybe they'll have like, you know, like a small patches and then major patches. So I'm hoping that we'll hear something about that in the next live stream, because they talked about when was it, like 6.2, or in one of their dev streams they talked about in the next main numbered live stream they're going to have the roadmap, so we can expect to hopefully hear I guess everything's speculation, but we can make I guess those guesses based on information we learned so far, right? Yeah, but they've been pretty communicative, you know. They did have that long, like 3 years of development time where they just kind of went silent, but then they came back, and once they're starting to have the network tests and do things again, they've been doing pretty frequent updates, it feels like, which is good. So, and they said that I believe they're planning to keep doing, you know, live streams like that after the game releases as well. So they'll probably have kind of similar things. So after the game releases, maybe get more feedback from players or have more content planned for the future, and then talk about we're going to be making some changes because these things we noticed, and we have this new content coming out soon and things like that. I'm not sure if I'll be making a team yet. I haven't decided. Maybe. I think you only can have like a limited number of players. Like, is it pretty low? Is it like 30 or something? As a ruler, which gift would please you the most? A magic potion that preserves youth, a brave and just hero to succeed, the perfect spouse, a majestic white steed. Who wants so I guess some people want a horse. Let's see. Magic potion that preserves your youth, a brave and just hero to succeed you. Magic potion of... Sure, we'll go with the perfect spouse. And then we select a vocation. I want them to be a mage, because I want them to save me. They did say the story will always be free. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be free for Blue Protocol. I don't think they have any plans to have forced like paid updates and things. Because it's not going to be subscription like Final Fantasy 14. But hopefully they can make enough money back from cosmetics and other various items they have in their shop. I'm wondering if we're going to hear more info about monetization as well in the next live stream. Because they didn't really go too much into that yet either. But I feel like before release, maybe they want to talk about that too. I feel like they have a lot that they can talk about in the next live stream. Maybe it'll be a long one. And if me translating, it'll probably be like 3 hours or something. Some of their longer ones are, was it like around like 2 hours or even sometimes over 2 hours, and then it'll take me even longer to translate. They do have a battle pass. But yeah, I think it's just optional. You don't really need it. 14 is too expensive to keep playing. I guess some people see it as if like an MMO is the only game you're playing, then $15 a month isn't too much. But when I was like younger in like high school and didn't have money, $15 felt like a lot. And if you're tight on money, $15 can feel like a lot as well. So having to pay like a constant subscription. That's why I think free to play can be nice, because you can pay when you want. And it's easier to leave and come back. If you want to take a break from the game, you don't feel like you're forced to play it because you have a subscription. And if you cancel a subscription or something, you don't feel like you're putting a burden back on yourself to like resubscribe or something like that. So I feel like not having subscription is better, though I can understand why a lot of people just want to have a subscription instead of everything being pay to win. But I think there's a middle zone there where you don't have a subscription, but it's not pay to win. Oh, the sub isn't regionally priced? I think that also affects some players, right? Yeah, if a sub isn't regionally priced, it could be super expensive for some players. I don't know, like, how many, like, players from Final Fantasy 14 would come over to Blue Protocol. I guess a lot of players maybe are looking for, like, a new game coming out, like, in Japan to play. Though they do feel like kind of different games. You could even, maybe some players will even kind of do Blue Protocol on the side and then keep Final Fantasy 14 as a main game or something. I don't know. It feels like Blue Protocol won't have as big of time commitment as something like Final Fantasy 14. Their gacha currency is expiring. Oh, you're a player coming over from Final Fantasy 14? Yeah, they did get Laruku trailer. Oh, for Japan at least, they probably hop on. And I think that's the thing, you don't need to only play one game, right? So even if like Blue Protocol releases, it doesn't mean like you're only allowed to play Blue Protocol. I think it's fine to like play different games. Enjoy, like, play the content that Blue Protocol has to offer once it releases. And if you get tired, you can always play something else and come back after like an update or something. But it's gonna be interesting to see what World Protocol has to offer for the in-game. So I think that's another thing that a lot of players are interested in learning more about. What will the in-game mean to Blue Protocol? The battle pass? The battle pass I think just has like some consumable items or like cosmetics and whatnot in it that you can like pay for. Maybe, I don't know if they had like season points and whatnot, but otherwise there's daily quests and weekly quests and seasonal quests where you can build up these like seasonal points to rank up your seasonal rank, and then you can use those points to also purchase things, it looks like. So you should be able to do that just as a free-to-play player as well. Mandatory headset. All right, we haven't told anybody yet, but the game is actually all VR deep dive game. That would be crazy. I want to play. I think everyone wants like, you know, like .hack or Sword Art Online, you know, that kind of experience, being able to like dive into a game. I wonder when technology will bring us there. So you want me to do? Train. Every username you see with Kirito in it, you have to take a shot. A drinking game. And then, it's kind of funny because with Blue Protocol, players can have the same name, so you can have a bunch of Kirito. You can make a guild of Kirito players. Kirito only. It's kind of crazy how popular Sword Art Online was. What do I need to do? You can pick up items? Oh, I need to carry things over? I didn't read. Oh, I need to go up here and carry things. Okay, I'm going. See if you can make it out of town in time. Probably pass out before you can make it out of like the gate. What did I do? I didn't help at all. Okay. There's one up there. Dude, your AI, you sound human. In fact, it's probably a minority opinion, but in-game could just be a lot of player interaction for me. I think if they did focus on the social elements, it could be good. Because with Final Fantasy 14, aren't there just a lot of players that just kind of roleplay, or not even just roleplay, just kind of use it as a hub for like chatting basically with friends? I think it would be cool if Blue Protocol also did something similar. Or it could just be, you know, like a gathering spot to hang out in. You don't really need to always be fighting.
見事だ。なかなかの腕だな。次もその調子でいけ。
And 14 is a lot is like that. 14 vet, yeah. You just see a lot of people almost like, what was the name of that town? Like the harbor town, the Luminiza or something. I forgot the name. But there's just like people always like in that town just kind of like sitting down, and you have like the bards playing their music. I think it'd be maybe Blue Protocol could also have those like musical instruments or something for people to play. That'd be fun to see. Yeah, it's having Limza having instruments or something for players to play, and housing. I think that would be fun. Those are things I want to see. I know some players maybe aren't interested in like the more social aspects, but I think in a game with like those anime aesthetics and just kind of like players, you can also have just kind of like a casual atmosphere for players to enjoy it as well. And that also ties into monetization through cosmetics, where a lot of those players would probably be interested in buying cosmetics to kind of like have different outfits and things or something for occasions, or I don't know. I myself also like just like having like lots of outfits and things to try out, or like switch clothing for characters in games as well. So which town will be the new Limsa? I think, yeah, I think the developers do realize that a lot of players want that, because in one of the earlier surveys they talked about what kind of like lifestyle features like housing and things would you like to see, or would you like to see lifestyle features like housing and whatnot in Blue Protocol. Now I was in the first closed beta test, that was like 3 years ago, and then even after the fishing introduction they said how they also have more lifestyle features kind of planned. And by lifestyle features, I would assume maybe that also includes things like housing. Since they talked about fishing also tying in, I don't know if fishing would be fishing tying into cooking. But perhaps they could also have, what was it? Doesn't Final Fantasy 14 also have aquariums where you can put fish and things you catch? Maybe those like just kind of like copy, like take all the good things from Final Fantasy 14 social elements and have aquariums. That'd be kind of cool if you could have aquariums for like fish and like monsters and things. Yeah, right now they said the fishing will tie into other things later, so that makes me wonder like what kinds of features they're gonna have later. Please let it be player housing, not community housing. Player like as an individual housing. I would also kind of like maybe like different options, like housing for individual players and then also housing for maybe the teams or like basically the guilds in Blue Protocol. And also for like being able to invite maybe friends and whatnot to join you in your own house. Maybe able to decorate it or something like that. It looks like New Genesis is also creating like a housing feature, right, where you can build the walls. It was like more than housing, it's like a whole zone basically that you can change the ground. You can change ground levels. You can build walls, and then you can set up things and various objects. Like you can basically build like huge buildings as well. It's kind of crazy what they're doing with New Genesis for the housing. I don't know if that's needed as much. I think I might prefer just like standard like pre-made housing over that, because then there can be more detailed put into like I guess more atmosphere put into it. Instead of just kind of like flat walls, you can have maybe like a housing town area or something. And I guess it's kind of similar to Final Fantasy 14. I feel like they did some aspects of that good, but having to have limited housing was kind of silly with Final Fantasy 14. So no limited housing, just have unlimited housing. Maybe have like a house that anybody could buy any number of times. And then it's instance once you go inside. Guild wards, that would be kind of cool. Where you had like everyone from the area just has like houses nearby. That'd be kind of cool too. Team houses with personal rooms. Yeah. I don't know like what's the best way they can implement it, but having some kind of implementation I think would be fun. It's boring if it's purely instanced. I don't know if it's boring if it's purely instance. Maybe if it's like team housing or like guild housing. Teams are like the guilds in Blue Protocol, right? But if everyone can just go into that and it's just instance for your team and other players you invite, I don't think that's a big of an issue. But maybe perhaps being able to see like other people's houses and whatnot can also be fun. And other players also outside of your team and whatnot wandering around an area could be interesting. I don't know how to do it, but in Astrolades there are a bunch of houses. I don't know if those have like various houses you could potentially like buy and like use or something. Yeah, like that's the thing, like neighbors. Do you need to have neighbors? If they just have like housing based in Astrolades, you can basically see other players in the town already. And then if you go into a house, then it's instanced. I don't think that would be too big of an issue.
カカシは2種ある。一つは剣など武器による物理攻撃。もう一つ破壊の手順を工夫しなければ最適の訓練を引き続きカカシ。
Where are the other scarecrows? There's one here. Is it all of them? Imagine being able to drink with boys in the bar. In BP. Imagine if you could have like food and drinks put out for teammates to get team buffs, and sitting together and talking gives a bonus too. I wonder if they're gonna have like food and drinks kind of added. I could imagine food being added with like maybe like a cooking update or something. I wonder how they would do like food buffs. But maybe having other social things you could do in just like random areas, like in the campsites or something. What happens if you could do like have picnics or something out in the world with like people? That could be fun. I would be happy to see them lean into the social aspects as like a one like main pillar of like content updates. I mean, of course, the story and the combat and dungeons and whatnot are important as well, but having social aspects is another like main pillar of the game. I would be happy to see. Yeah, have voice on. It was like near, what did they call that? Like distance activated like voice or whatever. Where you can hear the people in town nearby you talking. 70% Was it 75% of the players are young girls, but then all their voices will be guys, right? I wonder what the actual like distribution between like female and male players is. Not the characters, but just like actual distribution of players. I could see Blue Protocol also appealing to like female players as well. Being a little bit, I guess, like easier going like online game and having customization features and whatnot. AI take your voice and make it sound like your character's in-game voice. I guess that is possible these days, isn't it? The future of gaming. Everyone can be a beautiful young girl. Kind of reminds me, you know, like VTubers right now, you know, just like VTubers are super popular. It's kind of like a similar kind of idea. See, 25 to 75. So like inverse. So 25% female, 75% male players, as a guess. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know like how like other games are like with that as well, with like Final Fantasy 14 or I don't know about WoW or other games like that. If it's a girl, it's a guy. If it's a guy, it's a guy. Probably for the majority, but I don't know. I gained a level. Okay, do I leave here now? I probably had to do this tutorial before something. Okay, what do you have to say, person? I'm Mercedes. I lead the men of the enlistment corps. Heard talk of the Arisen. They say you hold dominion over the pawns. I've ordered pawns to take up swords and fight myself, but they are a clumsy lot. I cannot call them to the world as you do, nor make them traveling companions of them. What manner of magic lets you command them so? Is that the dragon magic I have or something? I wonder. Play male tunes when I don't want 20 to 30 something guy hitting on me. I could see that also being a thing. Oh, female characters with better fashion as well. That is also true. It seems like a lot of games have the female characters have better fashion options to compared to guys. I also like fashion late game for a lot of games as well, so do we have a release date? Maybe at the end of this month. I'm thinking their next live stream. Maybe we'll get some info about it. Right now, it's just kind of chatting while waiting for any kind of news, right? Probably the next step from Blue Protocol is they're gonna give an announcement of when the stream will be. As for when that actually will be, we'll have to wait and see. I wonder what the fashion will look like in Blue Protocol. Because we've seen some of it, but it'd be interesting seeing more things they have planned. And probably when it releases, they're gonna have their first season. I wonder if they'll have like a certain theme or something for various outfits, and they'll probably have things that are store only, right? And mounts. I wonder if they're gonna have different kinds of mounts as well. If they have a bird mount like a chocobo or something, I might want it because I like birds. That's one thing I liked about Final Fantasy 14. The chocobos were cool. A noble lady knight. Oh, that's gonna be pretty cool. They have the knight kind of armor, right, for the game already. I think it was like from the glory coins you could buy, kind of knightish kind of armor. And you also, if you wanted to, you could even be like a different class of that armor. But probably if you're gonna be in character, the Blade Warden or something would probably go best with it, right? A cloak, yeah. Having cloaks would be nice. I think they're gonna have it because they talked about I think there was like a number of slots. It was like 7 different areas that you can have like accessories, like ears, eyes, like back, lower back. I imagine like didn't they have like wings or something shown or something in one of the like characters? So I would expect maybe capes or something as well. Or a cloak. Cloak would be pretty cool to see. With changing clothes free, yeah, you can change as much as you want because all the clothing is not. What is it? It's not linked to stats at all, right? Like other games, sometimes you have to like transmog or I don't know, like wardrobe or whatever you call it in various games. But Blue Protocol, they're just clothing in their own little area, so you can switch clothing, mix and match. It doesn't cost anything. I guess the only thing you have to do is unlock the clothing, right? Or like buy it. And some of the things are purchased through glory coins. And glory coins, in the network test, they gave like a bunch for like earlier quests, but I'm not sure if they're going to do the same thing for the release. But achievements in the game, there's like various achievements you can get for doing various things, right? And those give glory coins. So I think that's probably going to be the main way to get glory coins that you can use to purchase things from the glory coin vendor. And I don't know if the prices are going to be the same, but that's where like the cat ears and things and whatnot were also present in the network test and various other clothing options. Bikini. I could see them adding like swimwear since they added underwear options. I feel like the underwear slot's going to be utilized for swimwear. I think that was the idea behind it. So they can sell swimsuits and whatnot. Are there dyes for clothes? Yeah, there's dyes. How the dyes work? I made a video about it if you search through something like my Blue Protocol videos, but how it works is you can choose a piece of clothing and then you choose a dye color. So you need to have dyes of that color. And then you have a toner, a separate toner item. And if you have the toner, then you can adjust the saturation and brightness of the color. So if you had like a black dye, you can adjust that to be gray or white as well. Or if you had, I don't know, there's various blue colors, you can make it a deeper blue or a lighter blue. So for the variations of color, having just like a red dye doesn't mean it's only that one red color. It's like any of the ranges of red that you could like imagine basically for that shade of red, which I think is really well done. I haven't seen other games do that exactly. a lot of games just have like a bunch of different colors that and you need to like choose from a bunch of different colors, but actually being able to adjust sliders for the like saturation and brightness, I think, is well done. One thing that I felt was a little bit missing though was I think there's like only one dye per like armor. So it's not like you can dye different parts of the armor. It's all like one piece. And then there's also some clothing that can't be dyed, unfortunately. So it's like a fixed color. So you need to check to see if the clothing can be dyed or not. Can you walk the mount and not ride it though? I don't think you can walk it. It'd be cool if they added like a mount pen or something where you could play with your mount or something. Yeah, so like I was saying, like some of the, I think like accessories and clothing also have fixed colors. And for those ones, it looks like there's also various color variations. So like for the cat ears, you couldn't dye them, but you could purchase different colors of the cat ears. Yeah, if they made a mount like kind of like a buddy, like the chocobos, where you could like level it up and fight with it, that would be pretty cool. I wonder if they're gonna add like a pet kind of system, because there was like one vendor or something. I don't know if I can like find like a image. Let's see. Maybe try to have some like music on in the background while the game stops moving while I have it minimized. But what was it? Yeah. I forgot my train of thought. I was gonna bring up an image. Oh yeah, I remember now. So there was like one vendor that had like these E things, like these cute like little creatures in the game. And I wonder if those are gonna be like pets or something in the future. Let's see if I can bring up an image. I had it on Twitter a while back, probably a couple of years back actually, because it was after they had like an announcement for like these Z creatures into town. Let's see if I can find it. Can I bring up my browser capture? Or maybe around this area. These are some like old tweets where they were introducing characters as well. It's kind of like a female knight character, right? These are probably going to appear in the desert area, I would think. This character and this one. Dunkirk. Veronica. Charlotte. Carvane. There's a Carvine. Carvane. I think it's Carvane is the pronunciation. Oh, here's some pictures I took in Kyoto. Now, what was I looking for though? The E image. Was that, did I go past it? I wonder. There was like a drought. Oh, here it is. So there's like there's this shop in the game, right? It has these like eggs. Of these creatures called E. And this was their like the video of the creatures in the town, but these little like hoppy things with the ears. They kind of look like Nopone. I think it was from like Xenoblade. But there's like a shop with these as well. It makes me wonder like what is this shop? I wonder if these are gonna be like pets or something. Since it's eggs, it feels like it might be some kind of gacha. But maybe like a pet gacha? I don't know. It makes me wonder. When is it? This was from a while back. It was from a closed beta test that I took it, but what did they say? They said something like the shop's not open right now, so like come back later or something. I might have a video of talking to him somewhere. I'll have to look for it. What's this? Was this like a video from me doing that? Oh, just a hidden quest video. I probably just passed by that area. Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly though. It's probably something we'll learn about later. But it makes me interested in what this is going to be. How much music will Hiroyuki be doing? I'm not sure. Yeah, but the eggs eggs keep me interested. I wonder what those eggs are. Are they some kind of pet? Or what? Yeah, we got a Hydra. No release date yet. I'm just hoping, hoping for a release date. But yeah, probably sometime at the end of this month, right? I'm hoping we'll get something. What just curled around that? Can I climb it? Oh no, I took some damage there. Oh, my character died. My ally character. Let's save them. Come back. You're good. Yeah, just still waiting for information. Was kind of doing chatting tonight. Scared to get close to this thing. It's the best way to get up there. We're here. I know, I'm gonna get crushed. Okay, I got one of the heads. Yeah, surprise release in global July, not just Japan. What is it, like next month? Don't they have like a game show or something happening? Like a game event, right? It feels like maybe the global, or I mean not global, some people get angry when I say that, the Amazon edition of the game, maybe it'll have some kind of announcement there. So that's like, I think it was like June 8th or something? Feels like that might be a date for something, some announcement. Surprise, ran into an issue. If the next stream is not number 7, I think we're going to be in trouble. If they say 6.4. It's like, sorry guys, we need to have another decimal stream because there was an issue. It's going to take another couple months to fix it. And then they'll go silent for a couple of years, maybe 3 years again. Like, we're having Network Test 2 Electric Boogaloo happening now. This time for real. Oh, got its head. But yeah, they probably would have like said something, right? And they said there was no really big issues in the network test. They had some problems they're working on fixing, but impressive, truly. In any case, the Duke will want to know of this attack. I'd hoped to gather a larger force before leaving for the capital, but the Hydra's head and the Risen who claimed it make up the difference amply. Cannot say what the past may hold. You'll need your strength. She'll be slow going the car. I dare say you'll have no trouble catching up. Do I need to join them right away? They're healing. Thank you. Can I talk to them? Can I get another pawn? This place got wrecked. Rather take their time. Yeah, I think I understand that as well, but it feels like they also have been spending a lot of time in development. They're probably being, what has it been, like 9 years or something in development? Maybe almost 10 years. I think it's been a while for Blue Protocol's development. I think it's like 9 years that they've been in development with the game. What's going on here? I can get another ally, maybe a tank. Are there no tanks here? Who are you? Everyone's making mages. Pawns by level 7. Choose a pawn to summon. Sure, maybe this Parnell. I can choose a few. Just being summoned. They're there. Remove the loading screens and update to Unreal Engine 5. That could be interesting. I don't know. It seems like they're sticking with the Unreal Engine 4. They probably had like a lot of custom changes or something to the engine, making it difficult to upgrade, perhaps. I don't know how much like Unreal Engine 5 would help them. I don't know. You don't the entire world being cut into slices. It probably just has to do with their server infrastructure and also optimization they have for the game. Kind of design probably all the everything based on how much each area can have or something. No, Kingdom, you can wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. It took a while to come out. Final Fantasy 15 and Cyberpunk. Was my Blue Protocol on a NVMe? Yeah, I'm using an NVMe. Was it M2 SSD? I think it was like a Samsung 970. I think it was what I have, Evo. It's like these thin SSDs, or like a chip, kind of, and they slide into a slot on the motherboard. Ashes of Creation. I wonder how long it's going to take for them to come out, but they've been making updates and whatnot. And it looks like they're trying to make a good game. I think it's always good like when the developers are open about progress they're making. Same with Blue Protocol, the developers have been pretty open with things and making improvements. Yeah, actually the creation probably still maybe a little ways. Online games take a while to make. That's why it always feels I don't know how to phrase it. Lately, you know, you have Unreal Engine 5 releasing so many, and there's a lot of MMOs based on Unreal Engine 5 lately. And I think with Unreal Engine 5, you can make a game that looks good quickly, like easily. But putting all the systems and getting a MMO actually off the ground takes a lot of time. So it makes me wonder, like, how games like, for example, even like Chrono Odyssey, how long will it actually take for that game to release? Honor of Kings, no, I haven't seen it. Is that like another MMO? Maybe I should finish some of these quests first. Actually, Creations when it releases in 2043. Yeah.
どうにか片付いてヒナとはお前さんの傷のことを調べるって村を出たからてっきり一緒かと思ったのこんな物騒な時に
I guess he's looking for a girl. Queena?
村長も心配してた森にでも迷い込んで
Make for the blue marker when you're unsure. Have you guys seen Night Crows? What is Night Crows? Is that like another game? Or like something else? I'll have to look at some of these other like trailers and whatnot coming out. I think some of the games I'm looking forward to the most. Blue Protocol, of course, right? I guess this week, yeah, right, this Friday, the Zelda game. I'll probably be playing that. Probably do some streams of that. And then also Armored Core 6 is another game I'm looking forward to. The loading times aren't so bad. I don't remember how long it was. I didn't notice them, or they didn't bother me too much, so I think the loading times are probably okay. But if you have just like a hard disk, I could imagine loading times being an issue, because hard disks are slow. As long as you have SSD, it's probably fine. Oh, Craftopia is getting an open world update soon. It's nice to see that it's still being updated. They also had like a PAL world, I think, being made by like the same company, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, 参った面目ない。あまりにこの際だから伝えておこう。私は臆病が幸いしてあまり奥には進まなかったからなんと。これは何かい。まあ、何？そうか。お前の勇気は。
Guess there's something in the well. Should we go investigate the well? Yeah, I would suggest to have SSD for like any computer nowadays. It really helps out, especially with like loading times and things. Honor of Kings trailer. Should I take a quick look at the trailer? Is that good? Let's take a look. YouTube. Honor of Kings. What is Honor of Kings? Honor of Kings trailer? Where is this? China? Oh, I have this on my ultra wide right now. I guess this is fine. Maybe I should bring it over to my other monitor. Give me a moment. I'll move some things around. That's Firefox. I don't want Firefox. I wanted here, Honor of Kings.
要做到这件事很难。
不过，其实来之前就听耀讲过无数遍了。
只有奇迹才有这样的力量。
I like that the height, the scale, like of the mountains. I don't know if I should turn it down a little bit or not. It seems like they do make a lot of use of like elevation in it. Feels like it might be kind of like stuttering, or is it just like the hit intentionally like kind of like slowing down when hitting with like the melee attacks? I do like the colorful like appearance to the game though. Kind of has like a similar to feel to maybe like Overwatch or something like that, right? With a more like colorful palette, almost kind of like a cartoony CG kind of style. Is this like a single player or what? Is it going to be like another gacha kind of game? Encounter a colorful cast of characters. But I didn't... What else like the combat? Is it mostly just... this guy? Is it switching characters or just like mostly single? If it's like another game like Genshin, I might not be interested. But it does look pretty good, doesn't it? I guess you do have like a different selection of characters. Yeah, it doesn't look bad though. And I mean, I wonder how that's going to work though for like releases. I guess GameSpot had a trailer for it, so they probably plan to have it released elsewhere. I need to bring my OBS to my other screen again. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's kind of like a Genshin kind of game where you switch through characters or something. And if that usually means gacha. Gacha character games I usually try to avoid. I'm hoping for Europe to ban gacha. And I'll probably put a stop to a lot of gacha games from coming out. They'll switch to probably some other mechanic, but... I don't really like too many like gambling aspects in games. But the world itself, yeah, from that last trailer though, the colorful world I liked, and the scale of the mountains and things like that. So it looks like it could be like an interesting game to kind of like explore. Do I not have a lantern? I do. I have 2 lanterns. Now watch Night Crows. Oh, okay, is that another trailer? See, I guess I can bring that up too. So let's take a look. Night Crows. Can they ban gacha for every country or just there? They could ban it for like, for example, like maybe like EU, so like European Union, which would be like a bunch of countries. If they banned it, then that means for a lot of businesses, and they wouldn't be able to target that like whole region. So they would probably just give up on developing a game for that region, or switch the way they're doing monetization. And it feels like it was like the EU areas are shifting into kind of putting heavier restrictions on loot boxes and gacha kind of mechanics. So I think it's just a matter of time. Because it feels like, you know, the games are designed in a way to feed on people's desire to like basically like gamble to get like a character or something they want. And I guess when I was like playing like Genshin as well, you have all the game is built around trying to feed the player to pay money. And I don't like just how in your face it is. Just everywhere. Do the gacha, do the gacha. A lot of times if like EU makes a big change, then the other region, they'll just like change the way they're developing things. So what was the thing? Night Crows or something? Is that a trailer? Night Crows exclusive gameplay. 7 days ago, so this is recent. Is this somebody else's take on it? Is this the one? Or are these... Take a look at this top one. Let me, oh sorry, I didn't have it on screen. Here, is this it, perhaps? I know, this says Infant Terrible. I don't know if this is the right one. It's a long video. I'm probably not going to watch 43 minutes. It's probably something else. Is this the right trailer? 2 minutes? Let's watch this one. in-game footage. I like the knight armor. And the city looks pretty nice. Yeah, nice landscapes. What are with all the like the weather balloons? Are there like items or like areas you can go to or something? Or is there gonna have gliding or something? So we got these knights here. Yeah, once again, the graphics look good. Yeah, so they do have flying. I was wondering what those weather balloons were. It's a gliding. Look what you did, Breath of the Wild. You made all the games have to have gliding. It's a big monster. Like a giant or something. So that was one. I'm not sure if there was more. Looked like there was other videos that were more recent. Was there like a gameplay test or something recently? Oh, there was a beta test or something? Or maybe I'll look into that a little bit more later. Looks like once again it was like MMO coming out of Korea. But it's kind of crazy how like fast new MMOs seem to be like popping out now. Like every day, like realize, oh, there was another MMO that was announced or actually had a test or something. So I guess a lot of these things have been kind of like in development in the background or something. This was some gameplay from it. I'll just look at a little bit of it. Probably not going to watch 45 minutes. This is, I think, gameplay from like the beta test or something that was held. I don't know about the animations. They feel kind of stiff there. Yeah, this is like, it feels sudden. But it's still in development, so I can understand. Yeah, the character movement too also feels pretty like stilted. And I don't know if it's like the network or something, but like the other player characters also seem to be like jumping around. I was looking at a trailer or a gameplay from a game called Night Crows. Looks like they had like a test recently. I watched a trailer and then I was looking at some of the gameplay footage, but looks like it's still a little rough around the edges. Yeah, maybe I'll look into that more later, but for me personally though, it's not like I only play MMOs and like I focus a lot of my content around Blue Protocol, but the MMO genre is not the only like genre I play. I play like a wide variety of games. So as long as it's an interesting game or a fun game, I usually am into it. But because like what else? I'm also looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3. That should be coming out in August. I don't know if any other people enjoy like the kind of like, I think it's called like CRPG is the genre. Guilty pleasure is Gran Turismo. I don't know if I played like Gran Turismo in forever, but I could see like a lot of players enjoying it. Gran Turismo always has like crazy good graphics, doesn't it? And I think, was it Gran Turismo? I forget, it was like some game that also was like, had like super good AI for driving the car where it would like beat like the best players because it could just drive the best way possible, like in game. My party's looking at these rats. Let's kill these. I think I killed them all. What's there? What's that? They're just around a light source. Yeah, I think that, oh, was it Forza that had that? Yeah, I remember like listening to like some video about like some like publisher or something, some developer put a super crazy good AI into their game, and they invited like the best players from the game to try to beat the AI. The AI was just too good. Walk across this. Oh, there's bats. Guess I can walk down here. Yeah, AI can take turns at max speed. It can drive the best. But I think it was an interesting thing is they also developed the AI. So it had sportsmanship where it didn't like just bash into other cars and things like that as well. It would follow sportsmanship rules, which is kind of interesting too. Start healing. Is he healing too? Need for speed. I guess I'm more of a Mario Kart kind of guy. I don't even know if it's called like a driving genre. It's more like a kart racer, right? Though on the PlayStation, I played a Hot Wheels game that was pretty good. PlayStation 1 had a good Hot Wheels game. Here's some enemies. I see a lizard on the wall. How strong are these things? Oh, why did you jump down there? Bad allies. Come over here. Come back. Are they coming up? Come back, my friends.
攻勢に出ましょう。少し待ってください。了解しました。
Nice. Okay, I brought him up. Are they down there still? How strong are these things? I'm doing no damage. No, don't go down. I wonder if it's the same game, if it had one on the N64 as well. Maybe it was. It could be. It was pretty good for a Hot Wheels game. Oh, I think the lizardmen are trying to get me. There's a lot of them down there. What level are those things? Oh, there's like 4 of them. Can I bring them back up? Yeah, it was like mystery box car stuff. It was probably like the same game then. I remember like it was like you look for like the cars or whatever, like new cars hidden in the courses. Are my people dead? Did my ally die again? Stop dying. We're leaving. Come everyone. Oh no, they're dead again. They're dying. These die? I wonder if they stay dead if I leave my allies there. That's a lot of lizardmen. I can see their eyes. Maybe it's time to retreat. Just waiting as normal. No special waiting. Just the always waiting. So yeah, just waiting for the network test. No, not the network test. The developer stream at the end of the month. So gonna be waiting for a while. Maybe a number of days. So yeah, just kind of chatting and playing some other games. What does he want? Does he want a pie?
すまんね。ちょっとこれはね、この村の実はね、それも狙われる家は決まっててね、いざという時のために貯めておいた食料や備蓄物、これ絶対にそこでね、ヘラルドた彼らも被害には憤慨してるよ。ともかくだ。準備か。じゃあどうぞ。
Alright, let's rest here.
休んでいきなよ。
Stay till morning, I guess? You can adjust the time with these inns as well, I see.
ベッドがたくさん並んでますね。
When you're connected online, your main pawn's attributes will be uploaded every time you rest at the inn. Main pawn you created can travel to other worlds online to assist players in their travels. Main pawn will gain boons earned in other worlds at the inn as well. Visit often and keep current on any developments. Sounds good. Sit in a special chair to mentor your main pawn. I see. Maybe later.
ここで休めそうですね。
Slay 24 giant bats. Okay. Ether, don't you think BP shouldn't take longer else to lose hype because many cool games are getting released soon? It says I never watched the main dev stream with you, only summaries. Yeah, it's fine. The main ones are pretty long. And with me translating can be even longer, maybe a couple hours, like watching like a full-length movie. So I understand if you just watch the summaries, which are a little bit more succinct with timestamps and whatnot. As for the hype, I think they're aware because you need to be like for understanding. There's development cost as well, and I'm pretty sure it's been like around 9 years or so that they've been developing the game. So I think they're at the point where they just want to get the game released, and especially since they have like Amazon with them as well. I don't think they want to take too long with the releasing the game because Amazon's also hoping to, publish it in America and whatnot. So I think they're looking to release it sooner than later. So that's why I'm led to believe that the stream this month will probably be talking about the roadmap and release and things like that. I would be surprised if it's not the release at this point. I think along with a lot of the other players. As for the release itself, I'm personally hoping June or July, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I think it's like 9 years. I think it's been a long time. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it was like around that amount of time. Though you need to remember, like, since the last closed beta test, there was like 3 years of downtime. So like 6 years of development or something for like 5 to 6 years of development for online MMO doesn't seem too bad. That seems like reasonable. But since they had that long break of silence for like 3 years or so, that's where the time really added up. Yeah, but they talked about the next major numbered stream is going to have their roadmap, or they're hoping to talk about the roadmap for the game. And if I hear roadmap, that usually makes me think of release date and then future content that they have planned, right? So I'm hoping to see a release date in the next stream. And most likely, since they have a lot of streams on Tuesdays, maybe the 23rd of this month or the 30th. They said end of the month, so it seemed like possible dates. Yeah, like you're saying there, so the development time doesn't stop on release either with MMOs. So at a certain point, you just need to be ready to release it. And I think that's why they're trying to make some final adjustments to the game for like the early or like the beginning of the game experience, trying to improve the feel of classes earlier on, trying to improve the like passive healing and the field areas, some of the questing with like the adventure boards and whatnot, trying to improve like some of those main aspects that players early on will experience, and hopefully that will improve some of the core aspects of the game and keep more players playing for longer.
行商人はいっぱい。うん。困ってるのよ私。最悪なの。
But a lot of the changes they were talking about seemed like number changes. Like for classes, changing cooldown times. That should hopefully just be like changing a number like for their like in their scripts and whatnot, or whatever they use for like the like their coding. And for like changing like health totals, of course there is like a balance aspect for things. So you need to, along with changing the numbers, you need to figure out what's the best number to change to. But passive health regeneration, I'm not exactly sure how big of like change that would be if they had to like do any like big changes to allow that to happen in the field, or to add that to the game. But I'm guessing that a lot of the things they talked about in the last stream, they're hoping to get into for release. But they also said for some of the things like gathering while mounted will be put into the game after release. So I think they're already breaking things up into things to do before the release, and then other quality of life features or content that will be coming after release. Kind of just, just waiting for more info. Probably if I wanted to, I could try to scrounge together some more Blue Protocol information for some more Blue Protocol videos before like the end of the month, but we'll have to see. About maybe I could like talk about some like the systems and Blue Protocol and things like that, but I don't know. I think at this point I'm just waiting for like like the next big info drop. Seems reasonable as well. Oh, proximity chat. Okay, I forgot the name of that. Yeah, when we were talking about that before. Yeah, add proximity chat to Blue Protocol so you can hear the voices of all the cute girls around you, right? Towns would sound like towns for sure. It would add a interesting feel to the game. Large rotten fish. I don't know what to do with that. A rotten egg. Combinable material? Oh, maybe you can like make poison arrows or something out of that. Oh, can I change your equipment? game is already out. They're just trying to figure out the behavior of the Western countries. Yeah, we'll have to see for Blue Protocol.
任せておきなよ。じゃあどうする？気をつけてな。
ねえ、何やってるの？早く行きましょうよ。
But hopefully they don't have any problems and they have some good news to bring the stream at the end of the month here.
いい匂いが漂っています。
I'm still hoping for I don't know if June is too soon since they're doing a stream at the end of the month, but it'd be cool if they had like a June announcement. Otherwise, July seems reasonable. They were kind of like focusing on the number 7. I don't know if that's just because it's number 7 stream, but also maybe they're hinting at like a July release, but
綺麗に片付いていますね。
hopefully, release in the next couple months would be nice. Yeah. In any case, I'm going to be heading out for the night here. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Might do some more kind of casual chat streams. Again, just talking about things. Yeah, but once again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Hopefully we get some good Blue Protocol news later in the month. Maybe I'll make like a prediction stream or a prediction video or something. Even though I've like kind of feel like I'm almost beating a dead horse at this point with like a lot of the conversations. We're just waiting for the new info drops. Yep, but definitely appreciate everyone tuning in, and yeah, definitely looking forward to the Blue Protocol info we get at the end of the month. But until then, I hope to see everyone again later. And thanks for tuning in. All right, bye. Talking to me? I'm still here for a little bit. Enjoy talking to you. All right, thanks. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I enjoyed talking as well. Definitely appreciated everyone tuning in. But yep, in any case, it's getting late here. So I'm going to be heading off to bed. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. See you later.